Oh,
The heck is that?
I don't know.
Blessings, little babies.
When we went go live, we had fireworks.
That's
It was
nice.
interesting,
Yeah.
especially for today. So today is day 10 of the Omer. We've been counting since Pesach, the 49th day, and will take us just before Shavuot. And we're going to count each day, Monday through Friday. That's what we've been doing. And we evoke the elementals, as you call them,
The
the
elements, the
energies.
spheroids,
These energies that
each
come each
energy
day.
attached to each day.
And we are in the week of Gevurah.
Gavura.
I know I had it wrong yesterday. I think I
That's
didn't want to be in Gevurah.
you
I did.
revised it at the end.
I did. Yeah, we're in Gevurah.
And today is the intersection of the two energies of Tiferet, which is the integrating pole, the center pole, synthesizing pole. Tiferet, which is beauty, within Gevura, which is some sense of withholding or restraint. But it also means strength. You know, there's the strength in that kind of restraint. We're not to give value onto these things. They are in dynamic tension with each other. They're energies, and by Rav Kook.
Yeah.
Rav Kook's teachings, it's that dynamic tension between the dyads, between the twos, that erupts into even greater force when it's synthesized in the third, in the triad. So that beauty should pop even more dramatically because chesed and gevura, giving, loving, kindness, and restraint are in kind of tension with each other.
So this morning we were talking about, tonight is Yom HaShoah. And, it's an important day in this Omer. It's added to the Omer. And we were talking about how trauma, inherited trauma, influences who we are and what we do, how we respond to things. And I think
it's part of all of our
yeah,
most serious conversations, whether it's recognized or articulated or not.
So one of the things I read about Rav Kook,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's not an absolute, but it's a choice one can make, is that pain and suffering can deepen you and evoke a response that is almost a resistance to the pain and suffering, but that one can grow. I hate that idea, from pain and suffering. And I think,
Yeah.
he wrote that. Right?
Yeah.
He wrote about that. And I think it's something, especially with Yom HaShoah coming tonight and
Yeah.
these energies coming together today. It's a question.
I think it's right for you to question the question because I think we don't give enough room for the I don't know and for the patient response,
Yeah.
the more thoughtful response, the ambiguous response. And we have a lot of certainty about these hardest questions, but I'm not sure that gives space, room for the more measured, more thoughtful, more settled response that is more true. And I do believe that. And we're given to cliche. To be careful about cliche.
Yeah. Well, he wrote, "The soul is healed through its own brokenness," but I don't think it doesn't necessarily happen that way.
But he also
Right.
wrote, we are wounded most at the level of neshama, soul.
Mm.
At the level of neshama are we most healed. I do believe that.
So once again, as we make our way through the wilderness and make our way through this practice of counting the Omer and learning a little bit each day, we're reminded that there are no shortcuts. We're reminded that it is a practice and that it is something that one can do to save one's soul.
Yeah, because, we learn from our man Maimonides. I had a conversation with him the other
In
day.
the grocery store.
We speak on the road here. And he wanted to make sure we understood that there are two avenues of transformative work within. One is when you acquire or learn something, and it,
Yeah.
as the Zohar says, in a moment, and it can happen.
Right.
It's not
Uh-huh.
common, but it happens,
Right.
and it's the minority. It's the minority track, and
Mhm.
that the more common track is this methodical, what William James called the educational variety. When you're learning slowly, rung by rung, this transformative potential in human beings and its realization in a moderated way. And that's what we have in the counting. I mean, every day is a different intention. So, patience. I have a piece about this, by the way, that I'd like to read. It's called Ambiguous, which I think is part of every one of these conversations, these really difficult conversations, this notion. So many of our choices unsatisfying. When choosing, pick bad or worse. When the honest choice is, I don't know, or nuanced, beyond simplism, ambiguous. Sit down with the ambiguous. Drink a cup of really good tea. Follow the avenues of connection between the elementals. Let ambiguous convince you for the present to pay attention and wait, an active waiting. While you are gathering knowledge, we don't have one word for this in English. Active waiting, learning, counting. Learn something new. Amidst all the extremism and fixed ideas and certainties of the uninformed, wake up to mind's reality and something new, patience. I think it's a hard idea, but I think it's a true idea.
Mm.
And, we have to, we are in the process of finding our way through this wilderness experience, this transformative experience, this interiorization of the journey, a day at a time. We're counting a day at a time. We count the day so that the day counts. And every day is nuanced differently than the day before and the day after.
Yeah.
Today we were synthesizing the triad in beauty. Beauty. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty. Well, thanks. We appreciate
Let's
you.
count. Let's
Oh,
count day
let's count.
10.
Yes, day 10.
Today is day 10. We're going to count day 10 once again. It's a day of anticipation because tonight begins the commemoration of Yom HaShoah.
Yeah. If you're on our pages, read my story
Mhm. It's a good story.
today. It's a necessary story, I think.
And, defy certainty. Today's a day to defy certainty and to, question where you are um, in that thought about does suffering give us an opportunity? Does pain and suffering give us an opportunity to deepen and find healing for our souls? I mean, I wouldn't go out and look for it.
No, you don't have to suffer to sing the blues.
All right.
Thanks for coming. Baruch
Thank-
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat
Omer Hayom.
Yom 10th day,
That's right.
which is 1 week and 3 days of the accounting of the Omer.
And we'll be back tomorrow morning.
Thanks for being here, little babies.
Have a great day.
We
Have
love
a
you.
good day, meaningful day.